part of my writing process is my other brain. Because I woke up this morning, we're just about getting ready to do the school day with the kids, but I woke up this morning and sold 2 more items on Poshmark. So while I was sleeping, you guys, I was making money. Hi, Zane. Hi, Miss Rhea. Say good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What classes are we doing today? Anybody?
Science.
And history. And what class did you do this morning? Yeah, Zane is, look at this, you guys. Let's get close on his eye. He's going to the doctor at 3 o'clock this afternoon because,
kind of creepy,
close your eye once. Close it. No, don't squeeze it. Just close it. Just close it. I think Mr. Zane has a sty in his eye. He had one a while back, and I think he has another one.
It was in this eye right here.
He has a doctor's
I think
appointment.
I can still feel it.
It's kind of creepy because
Mom, I think
his other eye is nice and light and his other eye is dark.
Yeah.
It looks like a zombie.
But we had PE class today, you guys. What did we do for PE class?
I didn't get to do PE class yet.
Well, you're doing it. Yeah, well, you kind of started this
Yeah,
morning.
and after PE class, we're gonna
play Super
Go to the doctor.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, but they got to do
then
just...
get dressed and then get dressed and go to the doctor.
Yeah, he's very excited about going to the doctor today because your eye hurts, huh? It's itchy and stuff. But, yeah, they did some Just Dance this morning, and so we said, hey, that's PE class.
I have a loose tooth right here.
No, not there. You shouldn't. You already lost those teeth, didn't you? You haven't lost those ones yet? Yeah, I think so.
No, I haven't lost my upper teeth. I only lost.
Oh, you lost the bottom ones. Okay, see? Mom doesn't know. Well,
That's why there's a hole right
Tooth
there.
Fairy's in charge of taking those teeth, guys.
Tooth Fairy,
It looks like a...
tell me in the comments below, Tooth Fairy, how many teeth have I lost? Why are these ones so big?
No, Tooth Fairy watches our vlog.
Hey, wait.
Hey.
I think I lost these ones. They're bigger.
They're big. You guys, it may look like I haven't lost teeth because I have a back tooth. Alright, and that, huh?
All right, we're getting ready for school, guys. All right, so Ireland and Zane's Day. Holy cow, I don't know what's going on there. I was catching the light from the background. Ireland and Zane's Day is over, and Tearlyn actually needed to get taken into the doctor's as well because she thinks she has something going on with her as well. So we've got 2 kids going to the doctor today. Hi guys, see, I have marker on my face and donuts. Mom's got to take me up to the bath after we do school with everybody. So yeah, he's gonna head up to the bath, but right now it's Aspen's preschool day. Guys, so I told you the kids are learning about ancient China, and the little kids actually had something very similar to this today, just broke down more for grade school. These guys are at a middle school level. So I had them print up a map of China, and they're learning about the Qin dynasty right now, which only lasted about 15 years. And then we printed up a picture, because they could have wrote a paper on it, but I think actually having the visual and writing down the facts as they're learning them is much more useful. Would you get off your sister's back?
I bumped my take off his...
I know, you bumped your chin on her head. So we're actually learning, and I'm probably messing it up as I'm saying it, but about Shi Hong Di. And so he's writing facts about him, who was famous for a couple of things, including what things that were built.
He built the Great Wall. He killed 460 Confucianists, and he burned books.
And what else did he build that was in his elaborate tomb with him? It was an army. What was it?
Oh, the Terracotta Army.
Yeah, so over the next week, we're going to be learning about the Terracotta Army and the Great Wall. So he's just learned the basic facts about that. We're going to do some more in-depth study. And what we did was this. Printed up a couple of Google images, and it left room at the bottom of the sheet of the Great Wall and then the Terracotta Army, so they can write the facts there. And then they'll create a book from this on the Qin Dynasty. I have been in the writing room since earlier today. Well, not in here all day, obviously. I'm doing stuff with the kids. But I have been posting to Poshmark, because I told you I sold 2 items this morning, which was really exciting to me. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm posting on there. I mean, it's used. It's in decent shape. I do have a few things that are new with tags. The kids are really loud. They're talking back and forth to each other, so that's what you're hearing in the background. But I'm just using my Christmas wreath hook. I took down the Valentine's wreath that I had up. I couldn't think of what it was called. And I'm using it so that I have the nice wood door background that I put in my photos. And then I put in the descriptions, explanations, stuff like that. If there's any flaws or defects. Hi you.
You got paint on you?
I do have paint on my pants.
Oh.
Yeah, he's talking about my painting pants I'm wearing today. So got quite the outfit. I have a nicer shirt on and then my paint stained, ripped up pants today. But anyway, as long as you're adding any flaws and defects in the description, and I usually try to take a nice, you can do up to 4 pictures on there. I try to take a really nice close-up picture of any flaws so that they can see what I'm talking about. Because you will sell flawed items. I sold a pair of pants with worn out knees. And some minor defected items they sell. I sold a dress today that I honestly didn't think I would sell. To me, it was the ugliest dress I've ever seen. But it sold. It sold out to some lady in California. And so I'm happy. I hope she's happy with her purchase because the item itself was in really great condition. I just thought it was ugly. So, but she must have liked it and was something that she would wear. So anyway, I'm using a nice backdrop, and I've noticed that all the clothing that I've sold, well, I did sell a pair of shoes, which I put on my hardwood floor and did nice close-up shots of them. They were in mint condition. I'd only ever worn them once on the hardwood floors and then decided I didn't like them, so I decided to sell them. But you can post anything from jewelry to hats, anything that's like accessories and clothing, purses, scarves, stuff like that. So I have all that stuff, but it takes time to take the pictures and list it. So I've noticed though that my clothing that I am hanging up is selling a lot faster than anything I would take. I was using like the hardwood floor as a nice backdrop and kind of laying them out, but I'm noticing the hung items sell way better, so that's what I'm doing now. And I'm actually going to change some of my photos, because you can go in and edit your item, change some of those photos, and go ahead and put up the hung up items. So this is my next item that I'm going to post, and this is a Christopher & Banks sweater, you know, just a nice little sweater. But that's what I've been doing for several hours, even though it is Twitter Tuesday. What? This is mine. Do you want a drink? Say hi, everybody. What a face. What a face. You're a puppy. But yeah, it is Twitter Tuesday for me, so in a few hours, I'm going to go ahead and put out the vlog first, and then, in a few hours, I'm going to sit down, probably from, I'd say after I eat dinner, till 10 o'clock, maybe 8 to 10, I'm going to sit down and really work hardcore on my Twitter, get out there, touch base with people that maybe I haven't talked to in a while, make sure that I've hit my Instagram sites and all the other social media sites really quickly, but I do more in-depth on Twitter on Tuesdays. So, but I want to get these out because the items are selling, and the goal is to make $20,170 this year. No, don't pick it apart. Don't pick it apart. I know you made it, and it's so pretty. Don't pick it apart.
I'm making the Woody and Buzz.
You're gonna make a Woody and Buzz?
And tail and...
So yeah, that's what the goal is today, and we're heading out with Aspen to do his special birthday lunch and go pick up his big birthday present. Are you excited? We're gonna go bye-bye tomorrow?
What Braxen doing? What Braxen doing?
He went to look for something in the car. So yeah, I do have a little bit of quick cleanup to do because Aspen, thankfully we bought water washable markers for him. So yeah, he drew on the school table today. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to this, actually putting the vlog out, and then get back to this. So it is the end of our vlogging day, and I am not in the writing room, but I'm working on writing. I was telling you guys last night that I do the rereads on my books. They're here in my phone. So I'm actually sitting in a comfy chair tonight, robe on, jammy pants, blanket. Yeah, I got a Mario blanket. I'm using one of the kids' because they have my Afghan tonight. So, but part of my writing process is my other brain, a notebook, that when I have thoughts about some of the other books, I write them in there. I take notes as I go. I do chapter counts, page counts, and that's kind of to keep me motivated like every day. And I just started that. I don't know if I can even get it quick enough, but I started it a few months back where I started marking down the date, and then that way I could see, and then if I didn't write or do any work with writing, I wrote down why. So like I had to tell myself why I didn't get in there and do it. And so now I'm writing down chapter counts, like how many chapters I've read. I can't talk. How many chapter counts. Right now, instead of like page counts, I write down page counts when I'm editing, and I write down how many words I wrote when I'm writing. But right now, while I'm doing the rereads, I'm writing down how many chapters that I accomplished in a night. So like last night, I read 6 chapters. And I actually have a writing group. I've told you guys about that I belong to. And so we do what's called sprints. And we'll get together and like people do the same thing. They'll say, okay, let's sprint for 30 minutes. And how many words can you get written in 30 minutes? And how many pages can you edit in 30 minutes, or how many chapters can you read in 30 minutes? And it's a really cool way to keep each other motivated, you know. And even if our word counts or our chapter counts aren't great, we still say, hey, a little, any work is better than not having done any at all. So it's a really great way. It's a great group. I had belonged to a lot of Facebook writing groups, but this one my editor actually introduced me to. And I had belonged to a lot of them. And the problem that I had is a lot of them were self-promotion groups. This group is actually not a group. You cannot promote anything within the group. If you're going to put anything out there, you have to clear it through the admins, whether or not they'll allow it. And there's places for promoting groups like reader groups, stuff like that, where people want to find new books. But it was really nice to find another author group where you could go in and it wasn't anybody saying, hey, buy my book. It was like last night I was in the group and this was really cool. Somebody is getting ready and they're writing a story about a football player. And so they had a question about what type of injury they should use. They were deciding between an ACL injury or a knee injury. And they did like a poll, like which one would you vote for? And another writer stepped in and said, well, if you were going to write about an ACL, these are the things that you should know. And if you're going to write about a knee injury, these are the other things that you should know. And you're saying that your person's young, so maybe a knee injury wouldn't necessarily take them out for good, because they're writing about, you know, that's part of the trauma that happened, and not giving away anything in the book, but this is just how the writing process goes, you know. You have to research those things. So there's writers that have lots of different areas of experience or have done lots of research, and they'll point you in those areas and help you. Like I told you one night, I was having an issue with an apostrophe, and apostrophes are not usually my problem, but with this particular word, I just couldn't wrap my head around where I should put the apostrophe, or if I should even put any in at all. And one of my other author friends was able to come in and say, well, this is why you would use it in this circumstance. And yes, you want to put it in. So it's a really awesome group to help. Not only does it help authors help each other, but it's also really cool because you learn so much. There's so many authors with so many varieties of experience, and there's a plethora of knowledge in there to just, it's like a well you can dip in and say, you know, I don't know this, does anyone else? And they're so willing to help you out, or if they don't know exactly the answer, point you in the right direction to get there. So just, I don't know, I kind of went off on that tangent, but just a really cool thing to me. I absolutely love it. And after seeing that comment last night, I was like, wow, you know, that was, I mean, that was great. That was spot on to exactly what that writer was looking for in particular. And I just thought it was amazing. You know, it was great information. So that being said, I'm actually getting ready to go in with my writer group and take care of some of the sprinting I want to get done for the night to get these rereads done. But I was telling you guys last night about doing the rereads, and another really important thing that happens when, for myself as an author doing rereads is one, I'm now seeing things that need change so we can do the revamps, which when I talked to my editor last night, he said yes, he thought that was the case, that we were going to go ahead and do the revamping of the books and put out the new revised version into the digital copies. So that's amazing. That like made my night. I was like, yes, we're getting there, because I do want people to go ahead and read my books, and I hope they love them as much as I love writing them. But at the same time, I'd like people to wait, if they are going to check out my books and check out my work, until these revamps are done, because it really is the right thing to do, and I think the read is going to be so much better. Now, as I looked into the second book, I had more experience under my belt, and I had learned more things, so the revisions on the second one are going to be much easier than they were on the first one. There's not so many things that need changed, except for I did do the POV switching, and which is head hopping, and I've explained that in other vlogs before, but it's basically like if you're watching a movie, you can kind of know what's going on in the characters' minds because you can see different points of view. Like they're able to put that through on the screen to you, what's going on. You can get a different perspective from here and here and here. But in writing, you have to be very careful about hopping from one character's head to another. And it was something I was notorious for doing up until my last book. And my editor took me through the ringer and said, this needs fixed. You need to fix it. And I know you can do it. You just need to figure out how you're going to do it and whose head you mostly want to be in. Now, you can do more than one perspective, but you have to be very careful and limit them. So I was able to use my leading lady, and then very rarely did I go into the leading man's head. And there is one character throughout my books that it's important that you're able to see what's going on in his mind, because he is the nastiest character, and most likely he'll never have a book of his own, but maybe he will. I don't know. Maybe there will be a prequel, so you get to know a little bit more about him. But it was important to see just how evil he truly was in these books, how bad of a character he was. And I may have already talked to you guys about this before, but just a thought. So that's kind of what POV switching is. Anyway, I'm rambling, and I need to get to these rereads so I can start writing book 5. But I was saying the plus to having this little brain, this second brain of mine, is last night as I was rereading, and I know these stories, I've written them, but I came across, I was talking last night about tying threads together, and I came across a really, I don't want to say mundane, but something I referenced in the first book, or in the second book, and it has to do with a crystal ceiling. And I referenced this thing, and I reference it several times, and it's something that one of my leading ladies, Ruby, and she's the main character in the first 3 books, it's something that she's just fascinated by. And last night as I was reading through again, I came up with an idea that I think will make that crystal roof of importance in the final book. And it was something I'd never thought of before, but I really think it'll be a great added piece in the final book. So those kind of quick thoughts go into my second brain so that I don't forget them when I go to write the last book, I can look over my notes and see things and things I wanted to tie together. So all these little threads eventually come together. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.